So, alright, it is time for our next video. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Aradia and Hooray. I'm your resident witch and creatrix over to Aradia's hand and Danae's divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Tuesdays that we like to do a little thing called hauls. So usually it's an art haul, sometimes it's a business haul. I've also done hauls for my other business, so magic and art related. Sometimes we do happy mail, and then I started sometime last year doing loot lists, and then lately I've also done a few reverse loot lists, which is basically me getting something for somebody else. And so the loot list came about because I was getting some stuff for myself that I thought was really neat, and maybe other people would think so too. And I was like, you know what? That would be awesome. And I gotta tell you, I think it would just be neat to share this, because if I like this, maybe you like this, and so worth sharing. But like I said, this is a reverse list because this is for somebody else and something I've gotten that I'm just a little excited about. And I've done it a handful of times. And you might see some retroactive updating of tags and categorizations when it comes to stuff like that. I probably won't make a revert loot list collection, and I'll just leave it on the regular loot list, but it will maybe have it among the tags. I don't know. I have to sort this out because I make changes and I try to go back and like update old stuff so that it can like kind of stay relevant in being found. That's also, as you get a library of like content, that becomes like a real pain in the ass to do yourself. So without further ado, real simple. Last week we talked about a light that I got for wife. So I got this around the holiday, which means I also had the ability to get it on sale and such and so on and so forth. But I had mentioned, you know, learning to knit, and wife had stated, oh, I would love to learn to knit. And then since I went and got her a light, I was like, you know what, let me go and get her a project, because the light will go with the project and everything wrong. So I found a pattern, and I ended up getting yarn and needles. Now here's the thing, this is I did ask first, well, hey, what would you like to make? If you could make yourself anything, what would you make? And their answer that they settled on was hat and scarf. And I was like, okay, hat and scarf. It's pretty easy. It's most hats I make are in the round, and I was like, that might be some specialty needles, but we can work through that. And like a hat scarf, that'll be easy enough, right? So this particular hat and scarf, as of this recording, we haven't made it yet. I hope by the time I post this we have, but if we haven't, we're gonna start in the fall. I've already decided that it'll be close enough to winter for us to like hurry up and be motivated to finish it, but it won't be so far that I'd be like, oh my gosh, I finish it tomorrow and I can't wear it for 6 months, right? That kind of thing. So I did get enough yarn for us to have some, so I went and got 3 skeins each. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, this is me subbing yarn. This might not be quite enough. We're gonna find out. But it is a scarf, it is a hat, it shouldn't need too much, and we're going to do the hat first because that's the sensible thing to do. And then if the scarf is long enough, but maybe not as long as we would want it, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, because really this is like a project for someone to learn to do something. And I'm like, I did tell them, I was like, you know, really what you should do, you should make a dishcloth, right? The dish, I know it's a boring project, but it is small. And it is easy enough to make, and they're going to be really forgiving, especially if you use kitchen cotton, and it won't take long, and you'll get a feel for holding the needles, making the stitches and everything. And it was like a scarf would be the next best thing, because it's just it's a rectangle, right? It's just a really long thing, and you could just make a square, you could just make a garter stitch scarf if you really wanted to, right? You wouldn't have to complicate it. But unfortunately, I chose something that has like an interesting pattern on it. And I think it'll look interesting in this. I don't know how this is going to work out. But I saw this for myself and I said, ooh, I like it. I really like the purple and like the darkish gray. It's actually like kind of a purple that's so dark it's almost black, but it's got a grayish tone to it. And then the thing about this pattern, right, is it is meant to be done flat, which is a really weird choice for a hat for me. Personally, I would go with the knitted in the round myself, but this is what I get for trying to pick a pattern on the fly and make a surprise for somebody and not plan it out at all. Like, at all. So, yeah. Now, if we have gotten a chance to do it, I'm going to update the post below with a picture. And so it'll be a little surprise. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But, yeah. No. I'm not going to teach Wife to Knit, but I am going to assist. Like, I will consult and help her, because I am team, you need to learn how to do stuff, and I don't want to, like, formally teach, because I don't like doing so, to be perfectly honest with you. But I got these both from Michaels. They're both Michaels brand, the Loops and Threads. These are gonna be a doozy, because they're 14-inch needles. They're the right size per what the yarn label asks for. But we're gonna do a gauge swatch. So these might not work for them, and they'll have them for when their gauge like relaxes. But it's gonna be a whole lesson. It's gonna be an adventure. It's gonna be fun. But no, we did this with an amigurumi last year. I said, I want to make one. She's like, oh my god, I'd love to make one. I've never made one before. And I was like, I mean, I've never made this pattern before, but I've made plenty. I've made enough dolls to feel confident in my ability to make a doll of any kind. And so we'll make it together, and then we will walk through it, and we can troubleshoot it together. I'm doing most of the troubleshooting, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's it. That's it. That's really it. But I was really excited to get these, because I love these colors. I really do. I've already wound mine up. I'm actually going to put it in I need to put it in my stash. As of the recording, I haven't done it yet. But I'm really looking forward to it, because, yeah, I am. But, other than that, yeah, that's it. So, if you want to see pictures of everything, you can scroll into the post below and you'll see the yarn. I'll make sure to include a picture of it wound too. And of course, if we get this done before I go and this gets posted, I can do something to update it or whatever. But I am super excited. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So, I am linking to the needles and the yarn. Whether they will be available, I can't tell you. They may or may not be. But, any 5-weight yarn probably is fine. Any needles that fits your gauge is probably fine. So, hey, whatever you gotta use. And I will also share the pattern below as well, if you would like to make it yourself. And I might have words to say about the pattern later. We'll see. That's it. So, also linked below my websites, Aradia's Hands and Nays Divine, as well as my active social media. And then tomorrow, because you stayed to the end of this ridiculous video, tomorrow we're going to be doing a little work in progress Wednesday, where we check in with the intentions that we set on Monday and see where we are with our projects. And until then, I will chat with you tomorrow, and happy making. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye, my lovelies.